In the current version of Sea of Thieves, there are a bunch of extremely cool curses. Well, 7 of them to be exact. Today, we're going to be going over what all it takes to unlock all of these curses so that you can add them to your collection today. First up, we have the Curse of Sunken Sorrow, or better known as the Sunken Curse by players. In order to get this curse, you'll need to complete the Sunken Kingdom voyage, but before you can actually do that voyage, you'll have to unlock it by completing the Mysteries of the Sunken Kingdom commendation. This commendation requires you to find all 30 journals throughout all of the shrines around the map. There are 6 shrines and they each have 5 books. Once you've read all of these journals, you'll be able to start the Legend of the Sunken Kingdom voyage under the Special Voyages tab at the quest table. Completing the voyage will instantly reward you with the curse. Next up, we have the Curse of the Order, also known as one of the easiest curses to unlock and generally also the most unfavorable. Unlocking this curse requires you to have completed all of the commendations for the Cursed Rogue Talltale, which is the second Talltale in the Shores of Gold series. But luckily, if you just want this curse, you don't actually have to do them in order. The commendations for this Talltale can be pretty much all acquired as you play through it, except for the one that requires you to repeat the Talltale 5 times. Oof. The next curse on this list actually requires you to do a very similar thing to unlock it, except for instead of doing a 1 Talltale in the Shores of Gold series, you're going to have to get all of the commendations for all 9 of the Talltales in this series. This curse is awesome looking, but it's also quite notorious for being one of the most annoying to unlock. I definitely recommend doing this in safer seas to make sure you save time not having to deal with other players while you do each of these Talltales 5 times. The Ashen Curse is a fan favorite among Sea of Thieves players and usually is called the Noob Curse only because it's easy to unlock. The Ashen Curse can be gotten by completing all of the Heart of Fire Talltale commendations, and luckily this Talltale does not require you to do it 5 times, but you will have to repeat it 3 times because there is a commendation that requires you to read 5 journals. And there's 3 different routes in this Talltale that split up going along different paths, and there's 1 journal on each of these. Unfortunately, you can only take 1 route each time you do the Talltale, but here's some good news. The Talltale really isn't very long, so you can get this in just a couple of hours. Next up, we have the Skeleton Curse. This curse is easily one of my favorites and is also one of the most difficult to get. There's really only 2 things that you have to accomplish in order to get them, but they can definitely take some time to complete. You'll need to get your Reaper's Rep up to level 75, along with getting your Servants of the Flame leveled all the way up to 100, by playing Hourglass while representing this faction. Once you do this, you'll have to go down to the Reaper's Lair and perform the Ritual of Flame. The Blessing of Athena's Fortune, or known better in-game as the Ghost Curse, is unlocked in a pretty similar way, but kind of a good guy variation. To get this, you're going to have to be a Pirate Legend so that you can access the Pirate Legend hideout of Athena's Fortune. When you're down here, you can see that there's this door in the Pirate Lord's office. The only way that you can open up this door is if you get to level 100 in Guardians of Fortune, which is the other faction that you can represent while playing the Hourglass game mode. Once you reach 100, you can talk to the Pirate Lord to open up this door, which will open up another path to go all the way over to American Belle, who will perform the Blessing of Athena's Fortune ceremony. After that, the Ghost Curse is yours forever. And finally, we have the Legendary Curse. This curse is actually acquired in pretty much the same exact way as the previous curse, but you'll have to grind out just a few more levels to 105 to unlock it, and instead of having to go do the ceremony, you'll just need to buy it from this guy for 500,000 gold.